I'm happy to be here to share my experience during AMSE and after it. So my name is Aurélien Devillard. I'm a data scientist at Ipsos since 1 year. So just a few words about my education and my professional experience. Yes. After my baccalaureate, I started with a preparatory class in economics in Dijon. So ENS Saclay D2 class. And then I chose to join the Magister of AMSE because of two reasons. Because I wanted to keep doing economics and also to gain new skills in data science and in computer science. So I did my EBDS master in Marseille and I graduated last year. So during this track, I had the chance to do an Erasmus exchange for one semester in Norway, which I really like, and I invite you, all of you, to do an exchange somewhere. I've also been participating in the BD activities for organizing events, creating sweatshirts, stuff like this. But also I had some professional experiences during these 3 years. So my first internship I did was in STM Electronics. So it was in industrial engineering team, working mainly with SQL and Excel data, I would say. Then for my master one, I've been doing my internship in Banque de France. So this was more economic oriented with research of the impact of robotization and ICTs on the growth, so which led to publications. And for my last internship of Master 2, I did it in Ipsos as a data scientist because I wanted to do this job after. And so I've been working on different tasks, but mainly NLP, so standing for natural language processing, which is the analysis of text in data science, and also time series analysis. So I've been using some skills and some knowledge we have learned in the lectures in AMSE. And since this internship, I've been hired permanently in the company, and I'm working now as a data scientist. So just a few words about Ipsos. So I don't know if you know about it for anything else than presidential elections, but it's doing also other stuff. So it's a French company, which is the third largest market research company in the world. It's present worldwide in more than 90 markets and employing many people, so more than 80,000. So you have many different jobs which are represented in this company. So in my team, I'm working with people from different horizons and with different skills. So I'm working with data scientists that have been doing different studies before. It can be mathematics, statistics, even physics or anything, economists. Also data engineers which are coming from more computer science background, but also data analysts and NLP linguists which are really specialized in the natural language processing field. So the main missions I have in my work and that I had during my internship are to analyze social data. So you all know about Twitter, Instagram, etc. So all of these networks are producing a lot of data, and this is analyzed for different reasons and for different companies. So I'm working for the analysis of this kind of data, but also for quantitative data that can be coming from surveys, as Ipsos is realizing many surveys. So we have different kind of projects. Some projects may be of long term, like over trimester or years, and some may be of short term, like just a few weeks. Like for instance, you receive data from a client and it wants it to be analyzed quickly. So we really have different scopes and different type of missions. And usually when we work, we always work by 2 or 3 people together because anyone can bring new ideas or a new way of working for any type of project. And so I would divide the type of missions I have in data science into two big groups. So the first one will be production. So in any company, you will have solutions that are already existing that you want to apply many times to different projects. And so this is the production part, I would say. So you have existing code, existing algorithms that you will apply for different clients, but you will also need to improve what's existing, to develop new techniques, and so you have some research to do. So looking online for new techniques, asking a colleague, asking anything or anyone that can help you about developing new tools. So it can be about analysis of text, of images, of videos, whatever. So there are many fields anyway in data science, as you all know. So these are the main working fields in which I'm working. So NLP said. You have some big examples and easy to understand. So the first example is text clustering. I don't know if you've seen this in your lectures or not yet. The idea is that you will have a bunch of data, let's say like 1 million answers to a question, and you will want to fit this into an algorithm and to see, okay, after I've analyzed this data, I can say that 20% of people are talking about this subject, 10% of people are talking about this subject, etc. Because when you have a lot of data in many languages, you cannot just read everything and like say, annotate anything and understand what's going on. So you need to use big algorithms with big data to analyze this. You also have some different tasks that can be done on NLP, like recognizing who's quoted in sentences, what kind of word is quoted, if it's a person, a word, a date, etc. And you also have something which is used anywhere, like sentiment analysis, to know if someone is giving a good or a bad review, for instance. So it's something which is really important and which is always in development because it's really hard to understand this. And I've also been working on time series. So it's really important to have some theoretical knowledge about this because if you want to understand all the models or the possibilities, it's really important to have it. And so about time series, you also have data cleaning, you have forecasting, classification, so many different tasks that can exist from this time series. So just to go a bit more in the details of text analysis, as it's what I'm doing. So as I said, usually what we do is that we receive a lot of data, so from thousands to millions of reviews or verbatims. And the problematic will be to find the topics inside of this huge corpus, which can be in any language. The other problematic can be that this data may come from different sources, so it has to be treated differently. So just to detail you a little bit about the steps of analysis, we can talk a bit later or you'll see it in your lectures. When you receive data, the first thing you'll have to do is, as always, clean the data. So the cleaning is a bit different in natural language processing than in anything else. It's not about imputing missing data or anything. It's more about making your data understandable by the algorithms. So you will have to transform this data from text to numbers. So you'll have many models that exist for these kind of things. Usually you use like models which are trained by big companies and that are available online, but you can also do your own. Then once you have once you have vectorized your data, you can group it into groups of data, so clusters, as we say, and then you will find and name the different topics that are present and that you detected in your corpus of data. So as you can see, one of the main challenges could be like to find similar ideas within a corpus, even if they are in a different language. So you can see here on the representation there. So a bit more about my everyday tasks, because it's quite hard to guess what we're doing every day at work when you are students. So I will divide it into different tasks. So the first thing may be to maintain and improve the existing codes, because you have lots of coding when you're doing data science. So you will have to apply the existing scripts that you have developed or that your colleagues have developed. So you need to understand what's going on everywhere. You will have also a lot of data cleaning, so that can be always improved also. And you will have to collaborate with your colleagues with different tools like GitHub, as you may know, for code collaboration. There is also a part of research of new algorithms that are available, so you can look on different websites online or LinkedIn, because some people post when there are some models coming out. You can also find them online if you are curious about these thematics. You can go on a website I can only advise you, which is Hugging Face. So it's a website that is compiling all the open AI models. And you also have a lot of communication to be done with your team and with other teams and with clients. So it's quite important to be able to speak to anyone in English and to be understandable and to understand others, because you'll work with people from many different backgrounds, especially in data science. So now I'm going to present you just a bit the tools I'm working with every day. So about the coding part, I'm coding in Python all the time. So I know it's the main language that's used in data science. I'm also working with cloud platforms, so I don't know if you know about them, Google Cloud Platform, AWS, these kind of things. so that you can have powerful machines at your disposal, and that you can have big storage capacities, because big data means tons of data and gigabytes. These platforms, usually people arrive in a company and you get taught how to use it. It's okay if you arrive to a company, you don't need to know everything. They know you cannot work on any tool that exists, so don't worry about this. I'm also working a lot with Git, so with GitHub. Before, like, we saw the basics in AMSE, but the same, don't worry. When you arrive in a company, people will be ready to teach you. At least that's what happened to me. But just be curious and learn from them, because it's really important to constantly learn about this. I'd say it's also useful to have some SQL knowledge. I know you had some basic courses in AMSE. It's the same. Be aware of this and try to understand the basic commands, and then you'll specify and you'll get deeper in the field if you need to in your next work. And also about all this Python stuff, I'm using different libraries, so basic machine learning ones like pandas, and also some which are specific from my field. So this one is really important that you practice in lectures, you practice for your projects you have in AMSE, because it's the stuff where you will learn the more things when you have group projects, so it's really good that you get involved into this. And we're also working a lot with Excel, so these Excel comments you will get to learn them. So to finish, I would give the key points if you want to be, and if you want to be data scientist, or if you want to have an internship in this field. So I would say that you need to like learning, because data science is a field that is always evolving, and you will have new techniques incoming every year or even every month. So don't be afraid of learning. It's always the case when working this. You need to like coding also, mainly in Python. So if you don't like programming, I would advise you not to do data science. If you like it, I would advise you to go there directly. You also need to speak English, because most of the documentation you will find online is in English. I know in my team I'm working with an international team with people coming from many different countries like India, Russia, China. So it's really important that you can speak in English with them. You will also need some communication skills, because you can speak with people which are way more technical than you, like data engineers or developers, and with people who don't know anything about data science, like your clients or some data analysts that come from like marketing fields. So it's really important to be able to speak with anyone. And also I would say don't hesitate to be proactive during your internships or during your work, because if you have great ideas coming from yourself, don't keep them for you. You can like tell your ideas to your colleagues, and they will tell you, okay, someone already thought about it, but it's not bad. Or if it's a bad idea, they'll say, okay, thanks for your opinion, but we already did try this. But if it's something new, it's really nice. They will say, oh, this guy is smart and it's going to bring you new stuff. So don't hesitate about it. And also about your research of internships, I would advise you to be curious. Just apply to anything you find interesting for you. Don't hesitate to use the alumni and to talk to your professors or to your colleagues in AMSE, because like for me, I found 2 of my 3 internships thanks to this alumni, so it's really important. And just prepare yourself for your CV, for your interviews and anything. So thank you for everything. If you want to contact me, you can send me an email if you have your CV to be sent, because we may have internships. It's not sure yet, but in case it happens. And if you have any question, you can also ask me this afternoon. I'll be here, or by LinkedIn or by mail. Thank you.